Inconsistent flame or no flame coming from your burners? You might need a new burner tube set. The burner tube set consists of 3 burner tubes and the mounting screws. The burner tubes are attached to each of the manifold valves and receive metered gas from the orifices. The igniters are attached to the front of the burner tubes. The most common problem with the burner tubes is corrosion or other debris clogging the burner openings. Replacing the burner tube set is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing the warming rack. It just pulls away from the barbecue body. Now I can remove the grill grates, and they're just sitting in place. Now remove the flavorizer bars. Now remove the screws that secure the burners to the back of the grill box. Now remove the igniter button. It just simply unscrews. I'll remove the battery. And I'll remove the lock ring behind the button. And I'll push the igniter into the housing. Next, I can remove the knobs. They just simply pull away from the valves. Now I'll remove the cabinet doors. There's a lever inside of each door that I can pull down with a screwdriver to remove the door. Now remove the wind deflector. It's held in place with 2 screws. Now remove the control panel. It is also held in place with 2 screws. Now I need to remove the ignition wires from the burners. Before I do that though, I want to label everything so I'll know where the wires go for reassembly. So the first thing I'm going to do is number each of my burners. Number 1, 2, and 3. Now on the back of the ignition box, I'll label the corresponding wire with the burner that it goes to. I'll pull the wires out of the clips as I trace them to the burners. So here's burner number 1. Number 2. And the third black wire will be number 3. And I'll just label this one as the white wire. Now remove each of the black wires from the ignition box. And I'll disconnect the white wire from the burner. And now I can remove each of the burners from the grill. Now I'll remove the igniter and the igniter bracket from each of the burners. The igniter just pulls away from the bracket, and the bracket is secured to the burner with a little tab. I'll use a small screwdriver to pry the bracket away from the tab, and the bracket pushes away towards the back of the burner. And I'll repeat this process on the other two burners. Here I have all three of my new burner tubes. I'll start reinstallation by reinstalling the igniter brackets. They just simply slide and lock into place. The wire tabs should be at the front of the burner. Now I'll reinstall the igniters. I'll thread the igniter wire through the bracket and then insert the igniter into the bracket. Now I can reinstall the burners. As I do, I need to make sure that I get each of the igniters in the right location. The way I can tell which igniter is which is the length of the wires. The one we labeled number 3 will have the longest wire, 2 medium, and 1 the short wire. So I'll just place those temporarily into place on the grill in their proper locations, and now we can install them. I'm starting with burner number 3. It really doesn't matter which one you start with. I'll thread the wire through the opening in the grill box and insert the burner onto the valve stem. And I'll do the same process on the other two burners. Now I'll place the rear of each burner back up on the bracket at the back of the grill box. Now I'll work all the black wires over towards the igniter side of the grill. I'll snap the wires back into the holders as I go. Now reinstall the white wire, and it goes to burner number 2. It presses on to the small tab on the side of the burner. Now I can reinstall each of the black wires. Number 3 is our yellow wire, 2 is blue, and 1 is black. Now I can reinstall the control panel. The top edge attaches to hooks on either side of the frame, and the bottom gets secured with the screws. Now I can reinstall and secure the igniter. Now I can reinstall the wind deflector. The tabs on the front of the wind deflector slide over the metal on the bottom of the control panel. Now I can reinstall the doors. I line up the bottom of the door with the hinge pin on the bottom of the grill, and again pull the lever inside the door down to release the pin. I'll line up the pin with the hole on the top of the grill and release the lever. Now I can reinstall the 3 control knobs. You'll notice where the control knob mounts is shaped like a D. I'll line up the flat of the D with the flat spot on the valve stem. And then they just press into place. Now I'll finish up assembling the igniter. I'll replace the battery. The negative end should be out towards me, the positive end inside, and screw the push button back in place. Now resecure the back of the burners using the new fasteners that came with the kit. And I'll finish up by replacing the flavorizer bars and the grills. With the grill grates in place, now I can replace the warming rack. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up.
And leave a comment.